Everyone, it's time for us to go take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus or S24 Plus and compare it against the iPhone 15 Pro and see which particular phone is the better one for you. Now, both these phones are about the same price right now. Maybe the 15 Pro is a little bit cheaper in the used market, but if you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside, the iPhone 15 Pro, which did come out, earlier or later last year, gave us a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. And it's a very, very good panel. You can see that this panel just pops out. It's a very bright panel as well. You have the dynamic island, very good looking display, and it's 120 Hertz. I was a fan of this phone when it first came out, and it still looks very good. This is my personal phone that I use on an everyday basis, and I'm a massive fan of this particular phone. It looks very good. I don't really have that much to complain about it from a screen standpoint, and it's a very good looking display. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, on the other hand, is actually a brighter display, so it's a bigger display at that. So it's a 6.7-inch dynamic LTPO AMOLED display. So a few things to keep in mind here. It is a different type of panel. So it's a bigger and brighter panel. It gets brighter than the iPhone 15 Pro, and I would probably argue it is a better panel overall than the iPhone 15 Pro as well. So that's probably one thing to keep in mind. This is definitely a better panel, but this is also still a very good looking display as well. Now for the rest of the bodies, it's kind of interesting because they're both slightly different. So with both of them, you can see that they're both, they kind of have a different styling to it, but they're both very similar as well. So the iPhone 15 Pro is completely flat. The Galaxy S24 Plus is also completely flat. The buttons are in a little bit of a different area, but it's very funny because if you just didn't really know, they would look almost like the exact same phone. At the very top, you're getting microphone holes at the very top of the S24 Plus, nothing on the iPhone 15 Pro. On the bottom, you can see you are getting USB Type-C ports on both of these phones, which is actually pretty insane. Having USB-C is amazing. I'm finally so happy we have USB-C on iPhones. Your speaker grills, you are getting a SIM card tray on the S24 Plus, which is a very nice feature to have. I wish iPhones would bring it back. They never would, but someone, a boy can dream. On the backside, triple camera setups on both of them, which again is very nice. I don't know why my iPhone 15 Pro is so glossy with the camera, but both of them are giving you very solid build. Both of them are giving you very good cameras overall, and I'm a big fan of both of them. You're getting frosted glass backs on both of them as well, which look very nice. A very minimalistic build on the S23 Plus. I keep calling it the S23 on the S24 Plus. I will tell you, I think I like the design of the iPhone 15 Pro a little bit more. I feel like it looks a little tiny bit more unique, but I still think the S24 Plus looks amazing. You are getting reverse wireless charging on the S24 Plus, which has been there since the Galaxy S10. One of my most favorite features. I'm surprised Apple still hasn't added it in. I think that's been a very, very annoying thing. I wish they brought it in. They still haven't. But I will tell you on the outside, both of them feel and look very good. Once again, I'm a big fan of both of them, and I don't really think you can go wrong in either one. But I think the iPhone 15 Pro, I like the size of it a little bit more. But the S24 Plus is definitely more of a flagship, I would say, in my opinion. So from that perspective, that kind of covers it up there. Now, in terms of software and longevity, the craziest thing is normally we would kind of look at both these phones usually and be like, oh, the iPhone's going to last longer than the Samsung. And that's not quite the case anymore. I don't really know which one's going to last longer. I think both of them are going to last for a very long amount of time. And I would probably say that both these phones are going to last probably the exact same amount of time, which is insane. If you told me that just 2 years ago, I would have never believed you. But these phones are probably going to end up around the same time. It really depends on if you like Android or iOS more. That's kind of what it comes down to now. So that kind of covers it up there too. Now let's go and do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 15 Pro has an Apple A17 Pro chip inside of it with 8GB of RAM, where the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus has that Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset inside with 12GB of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster one between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. Let's go and do their app stores. 3, 2, 1. And like I always say, Androids do a really good job at opening up their app store immediately. You can kind of see though the iPhone does a better job at scrolling speeds and just being overall smoother than something like the Samsung Galaxy, but still pretty good on both. We can just go and jump straight into some of these third-party applications. So let us get into it. Let's do Subway Surfers. 3, 2, 1. Now again, these games aren't really that massive or anything, but you can't. Oh, I hate these pop-ups so much. They're both very annoying on both. I honestly don't know which one is going to be faster there. They both were kind of looking around to be the same thing. And do we have the same game going on both of them? No, we don't. It was very close though. About the same thing too. I don't really think you're going to notice that big of a difference within Subway Surfers. We can try something else. We can try Temple Run 2. 3, 2, 1. Now these games aren't like that massive games or anything like that, but they're still super fun to test out. I don't know why we just got in this pop-up here too. I just already like hopped into everything. I don't know why this kind of stuff happens. I don't think it would have been this big of a difference though. I think definitely would have been a little bit more similar, but you can kind of see what's going on here too. Fairly similar type of experience. Getting into the actual game, if you go and hop out of here, you can go and click play. We can kind of see what's going on here as well. And once again, I don't really think it's going to be that big of a difference here. I think it's going to be roughly around the same thing. Hopping out of both of these, let's go and try a different one. We do have Roblox, 3, 2, 1. I don't even know if it's going to load up on here if I'm logged in, and I was not. So we'll just go and hop out of this one. Let's go and try some other applications. We can try something like Thank You, 3, 2, 1. And roughly around the same thing. Really was not that big of a difference at all. It's basically the same thing. Let's go and hop out of these two. Let's go and try a different one. Let's go and try Bofa, 3, 2, 1. And kind of the same thing too, really not that big of a difference there either. We can try Snake vs. Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And kind of the same thing too. I guess we're not really seeing as big a difference. Actually, the iPhone 15 Pro is kind of glitching up there a little bit. Now it seems fine, so that was like kind of weird a little bit. We can try Stack, 3, 2, 1. And an ad on both, it's tough because there used to never be ads, but actually, the 15 Pro did get into the ad faster. So that might be one thing to keep in mind there. Getting into this actual gameplay, you guys will be able to tell over the camera better than I'll be able to tell here, but they're both kind of roughly around the same thing. I'm gonna hop out of these two. Let's go and get into the last one. And I don't even know if there is a last one, to be honest. I kind of did all of them. So to be completely honest with you, I don't really know if there's like one that's significantly faster than the other one. They're both like kind of the same. I might do a full speed test between them, but I will tell you the advantage of the S24 Plus is the advantage of having that ability of like installing your own APK files and doing emulators and stuff. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is going to be a beast from that perspective. So in terms of the cameras, very, very good cameras on both of them. So you're getting a triple camera setup on both, which is amazing. I love having that type of capability. You're getting wide ultra-wide telephoto lenses, 4K at 60 on the back and front of both of them, but you are getting 8K capability on the back of the S24 Plus, which is a really cool advantage. I love having that, and that's a really cool thing going on for the S24 Plus. Now with the iPhone 15 Pro, as I've said, pretty good camera. Definitely gets the job done. 0.5x zoom on this side, 15x zoom here, and it can definitely get the job done. Like, it's a very, very good camera. And I've done a lot of stuff with this camera already. It's my main phone I use on an everyday basis. And I've had a really good time with it. You have video mode, cinematic mode, slow mode, time-lapse, portrait mode, panorama mode. Lots of good stuff on this particular phone, which is really cool. With something like the Galaxy S24 Plus, I would definitely say this is a better phone, probably in terms of the camera side. Samsung, as I said before, makes excellent cameras, and this one is no exception. So you're getting 0.6x zoom, so it can't zoom out as much as the 15 Pro, but you are getting 30x zoom here, which is that's like twice as much as the 15 Pro there. So very good camera. You're getting portrait mode here, video mode, and under more, you're getting a lot more options here as well. This is definitely a solid camera. Still in social media apps too, I'd probably say the iPhone's going to be better, but Samsung has improved that particular aspect too, and they did specify that they've improved that particular area on these phones. So I'll have to test it out further. But I'll definitely tell you, between both these devices, Samsung's really narrowed the gap between these two. I think the iPhone 15 Pro is the one that's kind of better for me. It's the one I've been using, and it's the one I actually prefer a lot more. But I definitely would look at a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus as being a very, very good phone. And for $1,000, like, it's a very solid device. I think if you have the S23 Plus, that's still very good. Just keep that one or buy that one in the used market. But you can't really go wrong with the S24 Plus. And I would kind of say this is a better phone overall, maybe, than the 15 Pro. But the iPhone 15 Pro is still overall the better phone for me personally. So kind of keep that in mind. This is also a very big phone too, and I'm not that big of a fan of big phones anymore. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.